Okay, we are live. You hear that, mate? We're live, yeah? You good? Alright, yeah, he's good. Alright, cool. Hello, everyone. Am I going? Is everything working okay? Let me see, I'll just fix up the old YouTube chat box. Let's sort that out. There we go. Hello, everyone. Perfect. That's good. So yeah, as usual, we'll just wait for people to kind of hop in and make sure everyone's around, and then we'll start talking about it. But isn't that kind of crazy? A Doctor Who Christmas special for the first time in, what is that? 7 years. No, 2017. 6 years then. 6 years. I'm echoing. That's weird. Don't know why I'd be echoing. Oh, wait. No. Why would I be echoing? Is it echoing for anyone else, or is it just that one person? Yeah, well. So yeah, okay, I'm not echoing, it was just that one person. Okay, good. Yeah, so let's kind of get into it. So that was the first Doctor Who Christmas special since Twice Upon a Time. Obviously, we've been dealing with a lot of New Year's Day specials, which no one ever cares about New Year's Day. So it's been fun to have another Doctor Who special on Christmas. I enjoy that. But my thoughts on the actual episode itself are kind of mixed. It wasn't like an amazing episode. It was just kind of like average. Can we start with a number rating? No. We'll get to my rating towards the end after I've talked it through. But yeah, so I thought it was just kind of an average Doctor Who story. I thought it was just kind of like, it was okay. Like, it wasn't like the best thing ever. It wasn't bad. It was just kind of decent to start with. Yeah, I mean, I think it was more of a character episode than a plot episode. The plot was very just kind of by the numbers, basic. It was more going for the character stuff, like the Doctor and Ruby's relationship and Ruby's family. It was about setting a lot of things up. It was meant to be, in a sense, kind of an onboarding point, similar to the 11th Hour or Rose before it. It was meant to kind of introduce all these aspects, kind of wipe the slate clean. And I think in that regard, it did pretty decently. The only thing I'd say it kind of failed to do as an onboarding story was focus more heavily on the companion, because the Doctor still had scenes like with the policeman and stuff, and it's like that implies a level of familiarity with who he is and how he can do stuff, whereas we didn't really get that kind of stuff with Rose or the 11th Hour as much. It was more just following exactly what the companion was seeing. So I wouldn't say it's as good of an onboarding point as those two, but compared to stuff like the pilot, I think it's better than that. In terms of the Doctor, I think Shutagawa is incredible as the Doctor. I'm already very much sold on him and a huge fan of him. I think he is really good in that regard. He's like, I know the whole thing was about the companion, but in the sense of it following her as the main protagonist, seeing everything. I just mean compared to the previous ones. But yeah, Shutagawa is an incredible Doctor. He's so passionate about the role that I've really enjoyed his work in that regard. I think he just really sunk his teeth into the character, and yeah, nothing bad to say about Shutagawa's Doctor. The 15th Doctor is brilliant. Yeah, sold on him already. I was very excited. I was more excited to see him than I was as the 14th Doctor. Like, I was excited. I wasn't really excited to see David Tennant come back. So, yeah. In terms of Ruby Sunday, I think she's a great companion too. Like, there's some teething issues there with the writing, but I think performance-wise, she was really fun and engaging, and I think she's good as that kind of relatable companion we can watch the show through, like so many have been before. So that, yeah, she was good in that, and I love her theme. When they performed a theme at like the 60th concert, I already prefer that to the Doctor's own theme from this era. So yeah, character wise, really good. obviously Ruby's family, Davis is going for much like he did in his original era, where we focus on the family quite a bit. So yeah, I mean, her mum was like okay, but her nan, very funny. I loved that whole subplot about her just wanting a cup of tea and eventually getting that at the end. That was a nice little comedy side plot going on throughout. Then the Davina McCall stuff was weird. Like, it was there as like a framing device. It's there as an easy way to kind of get across all that exposition about Ruby Sunday as a character and, you know, her past. And I think in that regard, it was good. You know, it was a night. She wasn't just standing there telling us all, like saying to her mum, oh, hey, it's been 19 years since you found me on that chair. Back now? We back? Are we back now? We good again? Okay, I think we're good again. That was weird. Anyway, yes, as I was saying, it was a nice way to use that. Oh my god, what is going on? I restarted my computer and everything. But yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine, gamers. We'll be fine. We're not going to start this stream again like we had to do a while back. Star Beast was not a fun live thing to do. Okay, but since I am having issues, I'll try and make the stream very, very quick. We got two streams without these issues. 2 streams. Everyone who is worrying about the thing, it is mine. It is my terrible internet, so it's not yours. But yeah, so the Goblins, I think, were a fun villain. They didn't really have much to do, but I liked that they used a lot of practical effects for them. I liked the scenes of them being essentially like gremlins. And it's reconnecting. Are we back? Okay, we're temporarily back. I think we're back. Oh my god. Okay, we're back here. Okay, so the Goblins were fun. Goblins were a fun, decent villain. I liked the practical effects and them being little tricksters. They didn't have a whole lot to do in the story though, which is a shame. They could have worked out better there. I just kind of think they weren't involved nearly as much as they could have or should have been. I think especially with the Goblin King, he was just there for like 5 seconds. He was barely involved. They had that literal horrible musical dance number to talk him up and everything, and then he doesn't do anything, and then he gets impaled like Hot Fuzz. So that was weird. Yes, let's talk about the musical. I'm not a fan of musicals, and yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Wasn't my thing. I can understand some people might enjoy it, but really, I did not vibe with the musical thing. But yeah, no, the Goblin King looked cool. He looked cool, but it was, again, that was practical effects, so I appreciated that, but I wish he'd done more, or being shown to be a bit more vicious. He was just kind of there to be like, look how scary he is, but then didn't do anything. So yeah, it was a shame on the Goblin King and the villains as a whole, because I love like folklore and mythology and stuff like that, so I was very excited about the Goblins, and yeah, they're just kind of weak villains. I liked the time traveling plot though, kind of them when they went back to try and eat Ruby when she was a baby. That was really fun. I liked how they showed the different timeline. It was kind of like a Moffat-y style thing to do. I really liked the color grading of that moment. Everything was a lot grayer and dark to kind of have this depressing life without Ruby, and how her mother didn't change in a positive way, or her adoptive mother didn't change in a positive way. She was kind of like a harsh, not nice person, and that kind of shows you the importance of Ruby. And I liked the little touch they did where they called back to Vincent and the Doctor, with the whole, oh, you're crying, why are you crying, like you don't even know why you're crying thing. That was a really clever touch there, and it was a good use of time travel plots to have the Goblins zipping along the timeline to mess things up. I'm not a fan of the sonic screwdriver. It doesn't look like a screwdriver to me. It doesn't look like a sonic screwdriver. It just looks like a TV remote or like a reading light. I had something that looked exactly like that, and it was a reading light when I was a kid. So yeah, not exactly the best sonic screwdriver. It wasn't too overused though, which was okay. You know, they had a nice reason for him not to use it in the Goblin ship, because it was all like wood and stuff like that. So that was nice, but I hated the whole. It was so overly gimmicky. Yeah, I just think it's pointless. Like, they don't need something like that. They can write around those issues. It's not an issue that needs fixing. So introducing the psychic gloves was a bit pointless. I think kind of the ending was weak as well. Obviously, you had the Doctor just pulling down the rope to crash the ship into the spire, and Hot Fuzz the Goblin King. But yeah, it just kind of happened. There wasn't like a big showdown. It was just, it just ended. Like, the threat was just destroyed. It was kind of like, I don't know. I thought the ending was wrapped up way too quickly. So I was ashamed about that. Like, I did appreciate, again, like, how they Back to the Futured Ruby and just had her vanished from everything. It was really nice to see how things slowly, like, as soon as he left the room, it all changed and everything like that. That was a nice touch. But yeah, it was then that final bit at the end to kill off the goblins that fell down to me. But yeah, is that one of the that's like, shooting out his Doctor's first villains? Yeah, he just straight up kills them. It's not Ninth Doctor. He just likes to watch the enemies die. No, this was a straight up murder by church spire. I'm trying to think of what other notes I had about it. I think the pacing was a little bit messy. It kind of jumped about a bit much and didn't, like, it kind of went. It was a bit stop-start. It kept kind of seeming like it was getting into a rhythm, and then suddenly it stopped again. So yeah, the pacing wasn't the best, and I wasn't a huge fan of that. What else was there? Obviously you get Mrs. Flood, who's going to be some big important character down the line. Davis has already said that it's going to be a slow burn mystery. You obviously are getting everyone speculating that she's the Rani or Susan or the Master or insert returning villain there. I think it would be an interesting reveal if it was, I don't know, say a future companion we haven't met yet who's older. Say it's just this future companion in her future. That would be nice, like when she's older. That could be a fun little explanation of the TARDIS thing. There's also, we're getting a season arc about the mystery of Ruby's origins, which that could go in a couple of different ways. I mean, I'm still thinking they're going to do a whole Red Dwarf or Rob R. Ross twist. It's like, oh, like Minnie Gibson was the one, Ruby Sunday was the one who left her own younger self on the church steps. I'm still, that's my prediction. I'm still expecting that. I think the music was nice. I've always been a little bit like cautious on the whole, the whole Murray Gold returning thing. I've never been like a huge fan of that, but I think he did an okay job here. Some decent stuff there with some nice emotional music and some nice fast-paced, punchy action music. So yeah, the music was a nice element. It was more Christmassy than a lot of like Christmassy story, like Christmas Doctor Who specials. It was just kind of like, stuff like Runaway Bride. It's just there a set dressing, but here it was more kind of heavy focused on that it was Christmas, and I appreciate that, because if you're going to make a Christmas special, you kind of gear it a little bit more towards Christmas. I liked the Moffat idea of kind of adapting Christmassy stories into a Doctor Who way. I liked that, but Davis is more of like original stories that are just set at Christmas. So yeah, I thought it was nice and Christmassy to match the thing. I was one of the gold miners until he came back, and then I was like, okay, well, we have all these years of him having done it the first one, because there's so much different stuff you got to do in the same episode. So yeah, that one was tricky, and yeah, I think it kind of were issue. Okay, we're back. Okay, last stretch. Fingers crossed. All right, hopefully it doesn't die again. All right. Before that, I want to say the Doctor and Ruby have amazing, great chemistry. Yeah, no, it's definitely me. I'm hitting this button to be like, everyone has to watch so many ads by crashing the stream. That's what the issue really is. But no, the Doctor and Ruby, amazing chemistry. They get along so well. Yeah, they're really enjoyable, and I enjoyed the early scenes of the Doctor kind of going through the month of December with Ruby and following her as he investigates this mystery. And yeah, it was kind of a nice way to have them familiar with each other to the start, similar to Rose at the start, where the Doctor bursts into her life just for a second. And yeah, like you say, Blobfish, it is a bit like refreshing to see the Doctor already settled in his first episode, because yeah, they're going for that Rose reboot style of this Doctor. He's existed for a little while. He's already familiar with who he is and how he wants to dress and how he wants to act and everything like that. So we don't get the usual stuff like wardrobe try-ons or regeneration madness. So it's more of just he's getting on with it, and that is quite refreshing to see. And yeah, I think last of all, we have to talk about the Series 14 trailer, which I think I've seen mixed reactions to it. I think it was okay. It was decent. It gave us a lot to focus on and kind of speculate about while we wait until May. There was a nice end clip at the end of Doctor Who Unleashed that showed episode 1 to kind of look a bit sci-fi horror, almost survival horror kind of vibe, with like a slasher monster, which I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm still not sure about the Series 14 being like a reset reboot style, because as you can see in the trailer, there's a lot of returning faces like Unit and Rose Noble and Mel, and yeah, it just doesn't quite seem like it's a fresh start like they want to advertise it as. So I don't think it's perfect to be jumping on point like they're intending. So yeah, I think I'm optimistic. I'm very excited to see more. Obviously, it's going to be a long wait until May, which is a shame. I'd hope maybe for like an April or March start for Series 14, but take what it is. At least it's not waiting a whole year like we've had to in the past. So yeah, excited for Series 14. There's a lot of mysteries that have been set up, and there's a lot of teasing and a lot of stuff to stare at a couple of pixels in the trailer and be like, oh my god, is that an Auton? Is that some other familiar face? Is that a Wyrn? Like, is typical Doctor Who. You'll see like 50 billion Who culture videos of them being like, oh, look at this frame. This is definitely this, and this, and this, and this. So, and yeah, start off with a connected universe before your fresh start has even happened. So it's a bit muddled with the attempt. I'd rather them have just kept it as Series 14. Yeah, and not tried to act like it's a whole new thing. Yeah, it's still Doctor Who. And yeah, because the stream, it keeps dying, I'm probably going to call it early. Just going to call it 25 minutes probably. So yeah, just to have a general chat with you while the stream's still somewhat coping about, how was your Christmas, everyone? Did you have a good time? Did you get anything interesting? I clearly got bad Wi-Fi for Christmas, as evidenced by my stream keep dying. It literally is just a potato with a couple of crocodile clips and wires stuck in there. 2023 UK internet is probably worse than some places have had. 2010 probably some countries had better internet than I have right now. So yeah, it's kind of a bit ridiculous. But yeah, I hope everyone had a great time for Christmas. I hope everyone did enjoy Doctor Who. One of the main things I ended up getting was this guy. I don't know what we should call him. I might put up a community post to see what we should call the old Dalek background set here. Has anyone got any ideas to throw out? Because yeah, I want him to have a fun, goofy name. It's Dalek Khan, but that's boring. I want like an enjoyable name. But yeah, it's been okay. It's nice to see it. Nice to see Doctor Who again. I hope you all have a good Boxing Day tomorrow, wherever you're going. If you're going to see football, whatever. I mean, you're Doctor Who fans, you probably won't. But if you are, I hope you have a good time. Or if you're going to see family, I hope you stay safe and enjoy yourselves. And yeah, here's to a new year with new Doctor Who. In terms of schedule, I've got my Doctor Mysterio video out tomorrow. That's already out for patrons. Then I'm aiming to have my review of Church of Ruby Road out by probably Friday. I won't get it out by Thursday because, today's Monday. I'd have to finish it by tomorrow evening to have a chance, and I don't think I'm going to be able to have it done then. So, yeah, probably Friday for that one. But it's kind of that awkward gap between Christmas and New Year where everything's, just whatever. No one knows what day it is. It's just this crazy situation. So, yeah, if I upload a little bit late, it is what it is. I'm sure you guys all understand. But yeah, that will be my last video of this year. Unlike most people on YouTube who are cowards, I'm not taking January off. I've got a lot lined up in January, mainly because I've got bills to pay. I do actually still need to upload videos in January. Most people are just like, oh, but there's no AdSense. It's like, well, yeah, it must be good for you. If you're getting 1 million views on every video, you can afford to take a month off. But yeah, I'm still going to be cooking in January, hopefully. I've got a lot of lore videos I've been saving up for this month. And yeah, it's going to be a vibe, I think. And I've got a lot more coming. Video essays about the new era. Video essays about the stuff we've seen in the last couple of weeks. And yeah, no idea when I'll get back to the Series 10 reviews. I'm kind of putting those reviews on the back burner a bit because of low viewership. Yeah, video essays kind of going on. So that's going to be the next year. Audio fix you. Yeah, stream's all broken. I've probably been so laggy. Oh my god. Blobfish, don't make them think Children of Earth is coming out. I'm not going to make a Children of Earth review. It will take way too much time to make. I still have some kind of more dedicated, like, documentary style things, like my Nirvana animated show. I'm kicking about a couple of ideas for the next ones. And yeah, I'm very excited for episode 1 of Series 14, if it is a survival horror. The monsters coming up look fun, so Series 14 should be good. There is heavy speculation / rumors / copyright trademark confirmation of a spin-off series in the coming year, where it's like an anthology thing. I think each series is a mini series of villains, so it's like series 1 is going to be the battle between land and sea or something like that, and it's Sea Devils versus Silurians. Not sure how that works as like the first spin-off of Doctor Who's New Era. It's kind of like even weaker idea than Class, and not many people went for Class, so it'll be interesting to see if that's even a successful show or how they do it. But yeah, there's hopefully a lot of Doctor Who to come this year, because I don't just want 8 episodes in May and then the rest of the year it's just nothing. Yes, I mean, from a fan perspective, it's not great, and from a business perspective, it's not great either. So, I try and be honest about things like that. But yeah, a lot of people are going to be writing off the new era as dead already from Church Ruby Road, but it wasn't like a bad episode. It wasn't offensive. It wasn't like insultingly bad. Like, it was just kind of fine. It was alright. Did what it needed to do. Had a little bit of meh. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to probably head off now. I've been chatting on for way too long, and who knows how long the stream will last before it dies again. So yes, as I said, hope you all have a very good rest of the Christmas. There's only a couple of hours left now. Great Boxing Day, and I hope you have a great New Year. I might play around with some more streams in the off-season of Doctor Who, but those won't get much interest, so it would probably have to be targeted around something specific, again, like these. But yeah, a couple of ideas to play around with. So yes, have a very good end of the year, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.